Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and you're about to hear another reason why we're the best town around as we're here at the Woodbridge Knights of Columbus building on the corner of Route 35 and Main Street. We entered into a lease on this building for the main floor and the second floor to rent this space for permanent storage for our food pantries, our 11 different food pantries. And the reason this is so important is because this has room for beautiful new freezers, beautiful new refrigerators, and as many people will tell you in the course of this event, we never could accept large-scale deliveries of donations of frozen food, refrigerated food, because none of our pantries had the room to store it, and now we do, and it's just absolutely amazing, and they're stuffed with turkeys right now. We're a couple days from Thanksgiving, so this is just a tremendous opportunity for Woodbridge Township to have this facility. And there's many people here we're going to thank. But let me start kicking this whole thing off with introducing Peter Barcelona from our health department, who is, I call him the middleman. Usually you don't like to have middleman, but in this case you need one, somebody to get the food from the people who collect the donations to the people who need those donations. And that has been Peter since 1992. When We Feed Woodbridge was started. He's been doing it literally for 30 years. So I'd like to ask Peter to say a few words about this whole rental property now that we have this and what it means to the food pantries.
Thank you, Mayor, and I would be remiss not to start to thank Mayor McCormick and Carolyn and the administration for getting this space for us. We've been asking for a long time to try to find a place where we would have a central location where we could store food that would be a feeder location for our pantries. As the mayor said, we had difficulty taking bulk deliveries because we had no place to store the bulk deliveries. So this will serve as a bulk delivery location. It will not be a distribution site to our clients, just strictly a distribution site to our pantries. And they will pick up from here and then they will take it to the clients. Mayor, I can't say enough. You've always been there for We Feed. As the mayor said, I've been part of We Feed, a founding member since 1992. We've grown from 5 food pantries to 11 food pantries, which I guess is kind of unfortunate. Our network currently feeds roughly about 1,400 families per month. This location is a blessing. Like the mayor says, we have over 200 square feet of refrigeration and freezer space, which is filled right now for the holidays. We'll be accepting donations. We'll be kicking off this season of giving today. So we would ask you throughout the holiday season to remember those in our community who are less fortunate. There'll be a location in a health center to drop off food at our community center, town hall, or you can reach out to me at the health center. I'll be happy to make arrangements to pick up any food that you have. So,
and talk about pre-COVID, the numbers now versus the numbers now.
Yeah, pre-COVID, we were roughly about 600 families, so our numbers have more than doubled over the last several years of COVID. And now as the inflation has grown and cost of living has risen, the need becomes even greater at this point. So the food insecure, not only in town but in the state, is, I think the numbers are roughly about 1 in 14 people are food insecure in the state of New Jersey, and of that 14, 11 are children. We work closely with the Board of Education, Dr. Massimino, and our school systems, not only to collect food, but also to help those families within our school systems that are struggling. People that call the mayor's office seeking help, we intervene for that as well. So we're in the community, actually a community helping a community, taking care of each other. So thank you.
Thank you, Peter. So we started our concert series way back in 1999. We started asking people to bring a box or a can of food to each show, and then all of a sudden one day, Paul Sansone from Sansone's Route 1 Auto Mall, who is one of our biggest benefactors in the township of Woodbridge, had the terrific idea that he would donate some kind of electronic item and make that a prize and give out tickets for every can and every box of food that somebody brought. They would get a raffle ticket, and halfway through the concert, when we take a break, we draw the winning ticket, and that person would get a TV, GPS, I don't know what else, these fancy things. I can't even explain what they are because I don't use them. But it was just such a wonderful idea, and we've been doing it literally for 20 years, and I can't think of how many, forget thousands of, tons of food have been collected because people had that incentive to bring that can, bring that box of food to the concert, drop it off, get your tickets, and hopefully win something. It's been absolutely terrific for us. It's probably the #1 event that brings in food in the course of the whole year, and it's done during the summer when people generally don't think about it. There's no school, it's vacation time, so it's a very opportune time to really drive the fact home that we need to keep collecting food year-round. Joining us is Dave Salcido, who is the company president, and Jeff Sansone, who is the chief executive officer. And I'd like to ask you, first of all, come up, thank you for that effort. Thank you for your donation today of $15,000, which will go a long way toward keeping this facility running. Thank you for everything you do for veterans in Woodbridge Township. They've got a training center. People come back from serving overseas in harm's way, and we all know the impact that has on the psyche and the mental health of veterans. And when they come back, they know they have a spot in Woodbridge Township where they can go and get training, learn how to be a mechanic, learn all other kinds of skills, and get placed in a job. And that is so, so important. And we have such a debt of gratitude we have to return to them for what they've done for us. And Paul Sansone and the Sansone Mall Auto team have been just absolutely terrific. So, gentlemen, thank you for this contribution, but thank you more so for everything you do all year for Woodbridge Township. So, Dave and Jeff would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Paul Sansone and the Sansone organization. Love being a part of this for over 20 years, and we plan to be a part of it going further. This is something we know that means a lot to the community, and we love working with everybody. So thank you for everything.
Jeff, you want to say anything? Sure.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for having us. I actually remember when I was a little kid at the little concert series that you mentioned, handing out cans of goods, so it's always nice to come back years later, now working for my father at Route 1 with Dave. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to many more meetings together.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take this opportunity to do a quick check presentation. Probably blocking half the crowd from being in the picture.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Dom DeBarry from the Woodbridge Energy Center. He's an asset manager there, also known as CPV, Competitive Power Ventures. They have become one of our largest taxpayers. Over $3 million a year we make from that power plant with very little effort on the part of the town budget. There's not much we have to do for it, but we just get a lot of money from it, so it's been terrific. I'd like to ask Dom now to say a few words, if you don't mind. And he's joined by Michelle Davis back here, so maybe you should get up front next to him. I know you don't want to talk, but I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor McCulloch. And Peter, thank you so much for your leadership in the organization. We are certainly very proud to be a part of the Woodbridge community, very thankful, and we love the opportunity to support this great cause along with the Sansone Group. So this is great, and Peter, again, thank you for this support to the community. Your leadership here enables us to give to the right things, and I can't thank you enough, because without folks like yourself that are reaching out and engaging with the community, and finding out what the community needs, it really doesn't help us enable put this money to work. So again, thank you, and we appreciate being part of the community here.
Great. Now we'll take it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dom and Michelle.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Tom Flynn for our Township Engineering Office. He's also excuse me, in charge of our Sustainable New Jersey effort. Just last week, we were named once again the most sustainable town in the entire state of New Jersey, over 600 towns and 566 towns, actually. And we are the most sustainable for, I think, the 12th year in a row. That's Tom's daily effort. It's Carol Ehrlich, the Chief of Staff and Head of Redevelopment. Her oversight of the project was her idea many, many years ago to go into this competition. I remember at the time I said, sure, we'll go in it, but you better win it. And we did, and we've won it every year since then, except the one year we decided not to participate to give somebody else a chance to win it, which is one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life as mayor. Because now I have to say we won 13 out of 14 years or 14 out of 15, whatever the heck it is. I'd rather say we won every year, but whatever, we gave somebody else a chance. So Tom is on the Food Task Force, and he's going to explain a little bit about what that group does. It's a very important group in town. I want to thank Tom for his stewardship of it and ask him to say a few words.
Thanks so much, Mayor. Yeah, thank you so much, Mayor. I have the pleasure and honor to work with Mayor John McCormick and our Chief of Staff, Carolyn Ehrlich, and Peter, and so many other great folks here in the room today, and a lot that aren't here. But yeah, so we are the champions year in and year out, just like the mayor had said. And one of the things that we did this year, we actually got the first Gold Star in Health Award, and in doing so, through Sustainable Jersey, we formed a food task force to talk a lot and do a lot about everything that's happening here today, thanks to Peter and everyone else. And it's really focused on food security, food waste, carbon footprints tied to food, right? So really community efforts, holistic approaches to everything that's coming out of today. So thank you so much. I'm humbled to be such a small part of such a big thing.
Thank you, Tom. Carol, anything you want to add?
Silly question.
So the Food Task Force has just turned out to be an amazing group of people. Gary Sotomayor from Bayshore is a total expert on this. We have Ashley from the Department of Health, and everybody is just so passionate about the topic. And we really pretty much want to be a support group for Peter. The Department of Health has sent out a letter to all of the restaurants to tell them what they could do with their leftover food so that it is usable for the pantry for people who need it, and they don't need to throw it out. They can save it and give somebody a beautiful meal. So this is all wonderful work to all of you who give your time for this. Thank you very, very much, and thank you for the donations.
Thank you, Carl. We also have Joe Baker from Caldwell Banker Real Estate, who put together 1,700 boxes of cereal for this event. Joe, you want to say a few words?
Sure, why not?
All right, come on up. Where'd you get 1,700 boxes of cereal?
From everybody around the town. I mean, it's really been great. I decided like a couple of months ago I had nothing to do. And when I was helping down Salvation Army, I asked, what do you need a pantry? Well, what do you need? And they said, we need cereal for all the people that live in cars and walk in. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And I think that's 1,750 boxes so far. And I keep counting and keep donating, and let's feed the poor. Let's put a smile on the kid's face and a little bit in their belly. Thank you.
All right. Here we go. So let me, if you don't mind, stand here and take a picture with us. Peter, if you want to come on both sides, get on either side of Joe, and just hold that up.
This is amazing.
Official mayor's proclamation. And now we'll hear from the real heroes here, the ones that are on the front lines. They're at the food pantries. They're meeting the people who need the food. They're arranging to get pickups of perishables like milk and cheese and bread from the Hillside Food Pantry up there, where donations go to buy those kind of food. They collect everything from the central spot like this. And as I said, they're the ones on the ground that are actually meeting the people who need the help, talking to them, getting them what they need, and they're really doing an amazing job. I always talk about Jake, who doesn't even live in Woodbridge, but he's my favorite non-resident of Woodbridge. He's been doing this for a long, long time from the Avenel Presbyterian Church. Jake, you want to say a few words? What happened to us yesterday? What happened to us yesterday?
Both of us.
Boy, we wet the bed,
Sorry,
didn't
I don't
we?
have a green jacket, Mayor.
Oh, boy.
But thank you so much. And you know how I feel about you, Mayor. You're my best mayor that I know. And Peter, thank you for always being there. I've been involved for the food pantry since I retired. Well, actually not. I retired in '93. I've been involved at the food pantry since '94. So that's my new job now. The pay is good, actually. I'm also working for points. I figure as many points as I make, when it's time for me to meet the man upstairs, maybe I have enough points to get up there. So I keep on working to make sure that I get enough points. But thank you so much for Sansone and all the banks that are donating. And these freezers are great because I can only hold like 4 turkeys in our freezer. So thank you so much for all this equipment that you bought, all these freezers. And I'm sure that as time goes by, we'll be able to get lots more food from here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Bob Steffen from First Presbyterian Church of Woodbridge. You want to say a few words?
Like Jake said, we end up working different pantries. There's 10 or 11 of us around the township, and I'd say it's our pleasure, but it is. It's a pleasure. It's a calling. We enjoy doing it. And I'm just glad that we can help a lot of people. And I do want to thank everyone, all of you who have participated, donated and contributed to this, because it's a great effort. And it'll be a great help to all of us who are running short of freezer space or refrigerator space or whatever. So it'll be great. Thank you.
Thanks. We also have our host, well, right around the corner is the St. James Food Pantry. Maria, would you like to come up and say a few words on behalf of St. James?
Oh boy, yes.
I surprised you asking this.
You did.
I should have warned you. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right, that's fine.
Hope you still love me.
And I do. So just being the new kid on the block, it's been an honor seeing what has been established in our town. Makes me very proud, and I'm sure everybody that's from the pantry is very proud and happy to be there. So thank you, all of
Thank
you.
you.
That wasn't bad, right?
You also have Peggy from St. James, and with this mentioning St. James, he's a parishioner there, a longtime councilman since 2007, the longest-serving council person, Councilman Greg Ficarro. Would you like to say a few words, Greg?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well, the mayor can't do much without the support of the council. Everything we do, even the fact that we got money from these entities and put it in the budget and used it for this, is all done with the support of the town council. So thank you to yourself as the council vice president this year, and hopefully council president next year. And finally, I just want to say that this is important. So there's been a whole lot of rumors about this building. Everybody thinks it's going to be torn down and turned into apartments, torn down and turned into something else. It's not going anywhere. It's beautiful. It's right on the corner of Main and 35, right in the center of Town Hall. It's a wonderful looking building. It is here to stay, and nothing is going to happen to it, especially now that we have a lease for many, many years into the future. So all those rumors that people are saying the Knights is going to be sold, the Knights is going to be knocked down. Why would you knock down a building as nice as this right smack in the middle of our town? So it's a beautiful place. So let's remember that. And now we have a ribbon to cut. All right, we're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.